Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. The fact that you are willing to sacrifice a few minutes out of your day to consume my content really does mean the world to me. Today we're going to be talking about Netflix's new documentary, The Girl in the Picture, which really just shook me. I don't want to get too much into the nitty-gritties of the story because watching it unfold hit me. I feel like I need to start taking breaks from watching true crime documentaries because I struggle with them sometimes because it really reminds me, crap, sometimes the world is a really messed up place. And this documentary did a great job of saying, like, there's one person. And this person, he wasn't particularly spectacular. He was a completely average, ordinary, everyday man. Yet he was able to completely ruin so many people's lives. And one woman's life in particular. Yet, on the flip side of that, we get to see how that one woman, despite everything going wrong in her life, despite the fact that she was abused, that she was neglected, that she was in such an unloving and disgusting environment, she positively impacted so many people. And this story ultimately looks at a bunch of, this documentary, this is all I'm going to say about the story, looks at this man who uses a bunch of different aliases. He runs away from the government using different identities, but he brings along his daughter, or in some cases his wife. I'm not going to break down that anymore because I don't want to ruin the story for you. But ultimately, this woman, through so many different identities, is able to impact so many different people in a positive way. So we really get the duality of man there. One individual can ruin so many lives, and one person whose life has been ruined can still impact so many people positively. And that's what I took away from this documentary. But yes, this was a very well-made documentary. I mean, the title is The Girl in the Picture. And that theme carries out throughout this entire documentary. When you watch true crime documentaries, you'll see they have different ways of depicting what happened in the past. Some will use animation, some will use archived footage. This documentary uses a lot of picture-based storytelling, which really leans into the story of the girl in the picture. And of course, it does use archival footage, but it does it through, a lens of, cool, this is an old-timey camera that can be used to take photos as well. So that I really enjoyed, the way they were able to talk about the story and push the story forward in a narrative and a theme that made sense to the title of the movie. I always enjoy it when movies can really tie themselves together like that and follow through with a theme. I always find true crime documentaries really hard to review because it's not like it's the same with reality TV. You're not reviewing a movie that is fictional, that is written out by people. Like, real people's lives are impacted, and these documentaries are supposed to spotlight the truth of the depravity of what happened. I mean, they're called true crime. They're documenting the truth behind crimes, and so I find it tough to actually analyze them any deeper than flip. This was something that was horrific that happened, because I don't want to say, well, this person wasn't depicted accurately. Because someone died, bro. So I find it very difficult to break down true crime documentaries. But from an education point of view, from an entertainment point of view, from the fact that I could watch this documentary and not feel bored, not feel like I wasn't not getting anything out of it, I'd say this is probably one of the better true crime documentary films I've watched. They were able to unpack a ton of information and really tell a well-rounded story in the space of an hour and a half, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of true crime documentaries from Netflix end up having to be shows or series so that they have more time to really break down all of the details of the crime that was happening. Which is crazy because this movie is also able to capture something that happens over a series of years, but it never feels rushed. It never felt like I wasn't getting the information I needed. Everything was explained really, really well. So yeah, guys, I would highly recommend you check out this documentary if true crime is something that you do enjoy. But guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Thank you so much for watching my review. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like. Do not be afraid to subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you again in another review.